Welcome.
So, and we're rolling.
Mr. Mike.
All right, yes, sir. Good to see you. How you been?
So we're doing the testimony
Okay.
for you guys.
No,
So
is
this
it recording
this
right now?
is a V-block
It's
now.
recording right now.
We got the whole content development
So you're charging
team.
them for this, right?
Got this
Not sure
high-tech
who should be
setup
charging
going
who
on
here.
over here.
We're determining if the 4K phone or the 5K camera setup is the better of the two.
Yeah. Something like that.
Okay.
And then-
You're rolling.
Yeah, and then I'll just
Sweet man.
introduce you. Hi everybody, Connor Doobie here. Welcome to Digital Ideas. Really appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to go follow me on LinkedIn. And this gentleman right here, Tyler Suss with Synoptech. You're now senior marketing manager, right?
Yes, sir.
Senior marketing manager, and he doesn't look like a senior. He looks like a young hip dude. So I don't know why they're calling you senior. But really, I wanted to bring you in today, and you guys. First off, I'm infatuated with Synoptech. You guys are an incredible organization, and the way you guys collaborate with your sales department, your marketing department, and everyone as a company, and actually, I've met your CEO. You guys just all have this real sincerity about yourselves. But what I wanted to pull you in on Digital Ideas today for is how do you guys as a marketing department, how do you guys collaborate with sales? How do you guys get yourself aligned? It's super important today, and I think a lot of other IT, technology, telecom companies, they're really missing this dynamic in this department.
Sure. I see in the B2B space especially, there's kind of a misalignment between sales, marketing, even service development. If one hand is not moving in sync with the other, things can get misaligned, right? Initiatives confused, wasted resources, money and time spent. So really the key, it starts with being aligned in the messaging, in the target audience, right? Who are we going after, the why, right? What are we doing, how are we doing it, why are we doing this? The leadership really comes from, I think, the three departments: service development, what new services are you bringing to market in the IT space, which Synoptech is a leader in. We're really focused on being innovative, right? A lot of our customers, they're looking for new technology solutions that are going to be implemented this year, next year, right? There's so many changes in this space. So service development is really the first one to say, okay, this is what we're going to build. This is how we're going to service customers supporting this. Sales and marketing must be aligned as well, right? The messaging, the capabilities, all have to come from that service development team. They need to be funneled down to the sales team, so when they're having those very
And how do you do
strategic
that? Like, how do you
conversations.
accomplish that really from a department's perspective?
From a marketing perspective, there's a few ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it is producing content. So a lot of
Yeah.
our buyers, right, they're doing research. They're looking for these new solutions, right? So they're consuming white papers, videos, blogs. They're trying to get a sense of which solution is right for them, and how is it really going to grow their business. That's the main objective, really, of all of our customers.
But as you guys, as a marketing department, how does that work with sales? Are you guys realizing what's going on in the space with your customers and you're feeding that stuff down into sales, you're feeding that content, or are you reversing that and sales is feeding those insights up to you guys and then you're regurgitating that in marketing content?
It's a bit of both, right? So whenever we go to market with a new service, right, we have to define and help define the value proposition, right? So we're enabling the sales team to go into those meetings, right, with those C-levels, those directors, really, and have those adult conversations, right, of, okay, this is where our business is. And this is
I
where
don't
we
have a
wanna
lot of
go.
adult conversations.
Wait. When you hit the table, it's shaking the can.
Oh,
okay.
all right.
I'll get the bubble wrap.
Stop getting so aggressive. Oh, we already popped it off.
What was the question again?
What was the question? Yeah. So as far as like,
What's the process?
process. Is it sale?
Yeah.
And this is where I feel a lot of marketing departments and organizations similar size to you guys are getting this wrong. Whereas instead, like they're just feeding the insights the wrong way. So I'm curious. You guys have been massively successful in your marketing efforts. is that a result of your marketing department feeding the sales team, or is it the sales team feeding up those insights up to the marketing department?
It's really it's a team effort, and what I mean by that, right? It may sound cliche, but really it starts with service and marketing working together to define the value proposition of the service, right? This is why we're going to be successful in this. This is the buying personas of our target customer, right? These are the challenges that they're trying to overcome, and this is how this service is going to help them do that. Then that's enabling the sales team to go into those meetings that they're having with our customers, our prospects, and they're able to have those adult conversations, right, of where they're going to be able to take our customers' business, how they're going to help mature their IT operations, their business operations, enable revenue generation, all those goals that they have. And again, we're getting feedback as well from the sales team, right, when they're having those conversations of, okay, this messaging is working, right? It's relating to our customers' issues, our pain points. You see the sales cycle go down, right? If that content and that messaging is on point.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we're losing deals and the sales cycle is taking much longer, obviously there's a disconnect. We need to reevaluate, right? What we're defining as our go-to-market plan with the service. Fortunately, we have a very aligned team, sales, service, and marketing. So
you guys do, yeah.
Right. So I think, especially in the B2B space, it's very, very important, right? Because especially with a customer first approach, that's what it is, right? We're always trying to understand the challenges and then how.
And they're doing monster amounts of research beforehand. Like
right.
80%. Your sales guys used to be able to go out and like withhold all that information and feed that in throughout that process, but now like it's flipped on its head, and I think still even it's surprising people are still struggling to keep up with that process. That people are educating, but they're not giving them the right tools to educate themselves.
Right. And as a marketer, I think things have changed, right? There's really this marketing 2.0, at least in the B2B space, right?
Yeah.
So it's no longer, you can't just act as your own entity in an organization, right? Marketing is much more than what it used to be. Logos, just the typical things people kind of think of with marketing, right? It's more about how do you strategically align these different organizations or these different business units within the organization, sales and service development, right? To really put together a package service offering that's going to excel, it's going to be rapidly adopted when you go to market. How do you quickly fill up a pipeline, right? So you have to take into all these considerations how you're going to align the team really to go to market with this.
Yeah. Now how do you do that though? How do you align the team? Are you guys having weekly sales and collaboration meetings between sales and marketing, or you guys meeting once a quarter? Like, how is that process happening?
It is absolutely a weekly meeting, right? So weekly
Every week.
meetings, yes, with the sales team, with the service development team. We are always getting feedback, right? So active listening is a huge thing that we implement in our marketing team, right? From the perspective, let's listen to our customers and develop a solution to their challenges, right? We're not developing services that are feel good. Oh, we have a good feeling about this cloud thing. Let's go to market with that. No, we're looking at the challenges, right, that our customers are having, and we're developing a solution for that. Yeah. Same thing with our sales team, right? So we're actively listening to seeing what's working in the field, what's not working. Why are we winning deals? At the end of the day, right? Where are we seeing the competition beat us out? What do we need to enhance our service capabilities? So it's a very much an ongoing active communication between all the teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And for you guys too, what's really unique is your CEO Tim is very much has like a brand himself into this company, and I don't see a lot of, this is where it's going, but still there's a lot of executives that are not adopting that process yet. What's kind of been the result for you guys is putting Tim's face as kind of the forefront of your organization? Right.
So it has, having a leader like Tim, it's really helped propel this company forward, right? And we're a high growth company, but to be able to be successful when you're growing so rapidly, you really need that leadership, right, to help point us in the right direction, right? Bring all these different cultures when you're acquiring different organizations, bring all these cultures together and really developing that over time, right? So what Synoptic used to be when it was a 50-person company, right, has dramatically changed. Where now we're a nationwide provider, right, with over 500 employees. Our service offering and portfolio has grown so much. So really having the strategic vision and leadership that Tim has it kind of funnels down through all the other executives in the company, which funnels down to our teams. So you start to see a kind of a culture emerge based off that vision and that leadership as well. So it's been it's a fundamental core of our DNA, right? We talk about being results oriented, growth oriented, teamwork. So like I said,
personal, and all that stuff massively shows through in your guys' marketing efforts. It really does.
So it's definitely been very, very helpful for all of our efforts and in the business development as well.
Yeah. For other B2B companies, you guys are what, a 500 person company now?
Yes.
About 500 people. What are some of the top tools that departments like that should be seeking out to continue to grow, and like what marketing tactics have really been super effective for you guys in the B2B sense?
I think it's more than just tools, right? I mean, you can spend a lot of money and resources and time training your marketing teams on the latest and greatest tools, but really if you don't go into, you really have to understand where your target customer is spending their time, right? What type of content they're engaging with. Again, it goes back to what are their pain points, right? So for us, our target demographic is going to be those C-level folks. They have when they need something, they need it fixed right away, right? There's no downtime is not acceptable for them. That being said, they don't have as much time as they used to perform research. When they're evaluating providers, right? Sometimes they're not able to really use traditional resources like read through long white papers or spend an hour on a webinar. So we're seeing video emerge as really a vehicle that is helping them do rapid research, consume more information much quicker. We're seeing mobile engagement rise as well, so that's across social platforms. We're heavily targeting folks on LinkedIn, right, building communities on our social channels.
Right. And what do you mean by that? By heavily, are you running paid ads? Is it more of a personal one-to-one approach?
So there's a few factors, a few tactics that we use when we're talking about LinkedIn strategy, right? So one of them is going to be really targeted ads, yes. So that's emphasis on driving web traffic to content, right? To maybe new services. So the intent on that is a web conversion, right? We're also trying to build the brand, right, on LinkedIn in new regions, maybe where we don't have too much of a focus there yet, but we're able to grow it through digital presence, right? So digital ads, really targeting those C-level folks like I mentioned earlier. We're also rolling out with an executive branding program, right? So with our CEO, Tim Britt, right? He's been very active and engaging and writing content on there as well. From a CEO's perspective to other C-levels, that's very valuable. You have other CEOs with very similar business questions, right? And when it comes to technology, when it comes to emerging trends, even M&A, because that's been a big drive for our business. These are questions, adult conversations, right, that C-levels are having and have questions about. So this type of content being produced again by our executive team and executive branding program has been driving really good engagement across all of our social channels to the right audience.
That's incredible. Well, so let's say this, like what are 3 core tips for any B2B company that is starting their marketing efforts? Maybe they've been around a couple years and where you guys have seen a lot of growth and a lot of tools. Like, what are 3 key strategies that B2B organizations should absolutely be doing today?
I'll kind of speak first to the high level of what I think they should come out of the gates with, right? It's very easy to get caught up in the weeds, spend a lot of time and resources again on small things that may not matter, right? In terms of, let's spend all of our time on designing a logo, right? When the bigger picture is define your messaging, define the who you're going after, who's your target customer, define the why, right? Why should any customer use you over someone else, right? And especially in technology and B2B, in our space as well, right? There's a lot of commoditization in terms of competitors, right?
Massively. And it's happening in the marketing space too, like IT, marketing, the barrier to entry is 0 now. It's incredible, and you see all these small boutique IT companies, and so like communicating, differentiating yourself in the space is massively important.
It's
So I'm
huge.
sorry, go ahead.
It's huge,
Continue on
but
that.
that's what the core
Yeah.
focus should be out of the gate. Now, in terms of what tactical initiatives can
Uh-huh.
you kind of put forth to kind of accelerate the
Yeah,
business
yeah.
and lead
First three
generation?
things, like, you know.
Right. Well, I think it's really going to be, you want to have a solid SEO strategy, right?
Yeah.
You want to start building that digital presence, right? Your storefront, your website. That's going to be the house where you have the majority of your prospects engaging, right? They're going to find you organically. They're going to be, researching the organization through content. That's where they're going to make their decisions. 60% really of the buyers that we have already engaged with some sort of resource that we've produced, right?
Yep.
They've already downloaded a couple of white papers. They've engaged multiple web pages, right? They're not just, it's not a B2C company where they might see a product in a shopping cart and give you a call and place an order right away, right? This is a very strategic buying decision, so they have to spend time doing the research. So number one, I would say invest in a solid SEO strategy, invest in your website and your content, and then also analyze and see what channels are your customers and your prospects active on, right? So if that's LinkedIn, if that's Facebook, spend some investments in those channels as well in terms of sponsored updates, ads, those sorts of places. I really like YouTube as well as kind of an emerging player there. So
Yeah.
YouTube, had a
You've messed around with some paid ads and stuff on YouTube.
absolutely.
I've gone the organic route, and it's
Right.
and like I've really only housed content on YouTube
Mhm.
because for the longest time now LinkedIn finally allows you to upload
Right.
native video, which is awesome.
Right.
But like, what is that strategy behind the YouTube paid ads? I'm actually super fascinated in that.
Right. So YouTube started out as really a social media, had that type of platform concept, but it's become its own search engine, right? So again, that goes back to how we consume content and engage with content, and many folks are busy now, right? We don't have time to consume like long form content like we once did.
Right.
So searching for the same phrases you are in Google, but into YouTube. So they're using pay-per-click YouTube strategy. That's going to be able to allow you to distribute your video content to a much larger audience, but it's still very targeted based off keyword searches, right? So the same type of keywords you would use in a pay-per-click ad to drive traffic to your web pages, search terms, top of funnel search terms, right, for your services.
Yep.
Example, what is cloud computing, if you're in the cloud business, right? So top of funnel keywords are going to be a big play there. Geography targeting, you can even get down to the demographics. So if you know the specific age group, the interests of your customers, you're really able to target on there. Another secret sauce I'll fill you guys in on as well.
Give us the secret sauce, man.
One of my favorites to do there is targeting by companies, right, and other videos, right? So targeting that, so your target viewer, right? What other companies are they may be interested in? What other videos may they be searching for, right?
Yeah.
So your video is going to be following them as well.
Yeah, that relevancy. Just
Mhm.
piggybacking on the other stuff.
Exactly.
That's great, man. That's super.
But
cool.
again, it comes down to defining the customer, their interests,
Yeah.
where they're spending their time, and how they engage with content.
Yeah, absolutely. That's incredible, man. Thank you so much
Thanks for having me.
for the amazing knowledge. That was Digital Ideas for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. How can people find you?
LinkedIn, Facebook, phone books. Hopefully
Phone
not
books?
Google Images.
Google Images. Go check you guys out, synoptic.com.
Absolutely. Synoptic.com, our LinkedIn company page as well. We're on there.
All right. Appreciate you guys watching.
Cut.
Check it.